IVC, Dale here, Gatefold 33. Jumping on this thread, old thread that's going around. Just seen a couple of posts on A to Z of favourite artists. Like others have said, this was really hard, and some choices that it was a really tough decision to choose between artists. But I've had a go, and it may well change. If you ask me tomorrow, it may well be different. So let's have a go and do it quickly. So A, this is a hard one to start with. I've gone for Anathema, a modern prog band. Could have gone with AC/DC, but gone with Anathema. As I said, I've listened to this much more than AC/DC recently. B was the hardest, not the Beatles. So the toss-up was between Bowie and this artist won out over Bowie, and that is Kate Bush. Lucky enough to see Kate Bush when she toured in 2014. So my favourite female artist by far. So Kate Bush had to go in. C, this is an artist I was supposed to see next month, but unfortunately, obviously, that's moved to next year, and that's Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds. So Nick Cave is the C. D, that was easy. Dylan, Bob Dylan, and this album is in my top 3 Bob Dylan albums. E was hard. Don't have many E's, and I've gone with Everything But the Girl. Loved Everything But the Girl right through from the days they started. So go with that. F, fairly straightforward for me. Fairport Convention. I haven't picked Sandy Denny, so I'll pick Fairport Convention, and particularly the Sandy Denny years. G was hard. Gone for Genesis. I'm not a massive Genesis fan. This or Selling England by the Pound are probably my favourite artists. But G is Genesis. H was fairly straightforward. Lee Hazelwood, love Lee Hazelwood. I love melancholy music, and I've got a lot of the artists I've got. I like their melancholy stuff, so that may be evident as we go through. So Lee Hazelwood, got lots by him. Sort of more on the melancholy Americana theme. Iron and Wine for I. That won out over Iron Maiden. J, like Richard showed, Elton John, just because it goes back to my youth so far. So could have been The Jam, could have been Bert Jansch, but Elton John for consistency. And this is probably, in my view, his last decent album. I don't have any Elton John after this, but I love his early stuff. K, easy. That is the Kinks. Love the Kinks, in my top 5 bands probably. L was a no-brainer, although I blow hot and cold in terms of I probably overheard them, but yeah, had to be Led Zeppelin. At the moment, this is probably my favourite Led Zeppelin album, just because I maybe overheard some of the others, and this one is a bit fresher. But yeah, Led Zeppelin. M was fairly straightforward. Had to be Van Morrison, and this album you can put on at any time and it lifts the mood. So yeah, love Van Morrison and love Moondance. Oh, this pile's getting bigger in a minute. It's going to be over in front of the camera, so I might have to think about that. N, continuing the melancholy theme. Mickey Newbury. Love Mickey Newbury. If anything's going to make you cry, Mickey Newbury can, with some of his songs and songwriting. But that's I find uplifting, if that makes sense. So yeah, Mickey Newbury for N. Oops, let me put these ones down. So O, I've gone for Opeth. Again, another kind of modern prog hard rock band. Sorry about the glare here, guys. I didn't want to take all of these out of their sleeves and then have to put them all back again to keep this quick. So Opeth is O. P is the band that's first started me moving from kiddies music into proper music, if you like. 1979, I was 13 years old. I heard this album for the first time, and that kind of delved into, luckily a guy I sat next to at school, his big brother taped all of their previous albums, and so Pink Floyd, a band that I explored and got me into music. So yeah, Pink Floyd, it has to be the P. Q, process of elimination. Really aren't many, so I'll go with Queen as well as others, I think. So Queen for Q. I've lost my R. Wait 1 second. R is also easy, no brainer, and this is my favourite album by the Rolling Stones. This one's on a copy where the zipper's original one where the zipper's been removed. I've got several copies of this album, but this is my playing copy. R for the Rolling Stones. S. Dusty Springfield. Love Dusty Springfield. Love this album. Again, quite dark soul. So yeah, I've got a lot of Dusty's stuff. T. Easy as well. Richard Thompson. This is a Richard and Linda Thompson, but I've got most of Richard Thompson stuff as well. Love Richard Thompson. He would be my favourite guitarist if I was doing the other thread that go around about guitarists. Richard Thompson, and I was lucky enough to see him a few years ago doing an acoustic tour. U was hard, so I've gone with the Unthanks, a folk group from the kind of north of England. Yeah, basically I didn't have many U's, and I'd say I'll probably listen to the Unthanks more than I have U2 in the last few years. So that's my U. V, again another one I struggle with, so I don't have much, so I've gone for Vangelis, whichever it is, as my V. W was a hard decision between two artists. Scott Walker lost out very narrowly to Tom Waits, so I love both Scott Walker and Tom Waits, so that was a hard choice. X, no brainer, again in my top 5 bands of all time, XTC. So that was my X. Y was fairly straightforward as well, as I've got quite a lot by this artist, so that was Neil Young. Love Neil Young. And Z was also very easy as well, band I love, The Zombies. So that's me racing through that. Cheers, bye.